What if you could live to be 800 years old? What if the secret to such longevity lay within our very cells? Picture a world where 8 centuries is not a historical timeline, but a single human lifespan. This isn't just a plot for a sci-fi novel. It's a real scientific question that researchers are tackling head-on. At the heart of this investigation is the University of Southern California, where scientists have made a breakthrough discovery. They've managed to extend the lifespan of yeast bacteria tenfold, and the method used might just work for humans too. It's a cocktail of genetic tinkering and a restricted diet that has yielded this remarkable result. This discovery has moved us a step closer to understanding and controlling the survival and health of cells, the fundamental unit of life. Imagine a world where 8 centuries is the norm for a human lifespan. Now let's delve into how researchers are making this once science fiction concept a scientific possibility. To understand this groundbreaking discovery, we first need to understand what aging is and how it works. Aging, in its simplest form, is the process of growing old. But what does that mean at a cellular level? Well, each time a cell divides, its genetic material, the DNA, is copied over to the new cells. However, this process isn't perfect, and over time, errors accumulate. These errors, or damages, can lead to the malfunctioning of cells, and eventually to their death. This is the basic premise of cellular aging and is the reason why we grow old. Now, let's introduce 2 key players in this aging process. 2 genes named RAS2 and SCH9. These genes are found in one of the most studied organisms on the planet, the humble baker's yeast. Remarkably, despite their simplicity, yeast organisms have led scientists to some of the most important discoveries in aging and disease. The RAS2 and SCH9 genes have a significant role in promoting aging in yeast. They are like the conductors of an orchestra, directing the symphony of aging within each yeast cell. But here's where it gets interesting. These genes aren't just present in yeast. They're also found in humans, where they have been associated with diseases like cancer. The possibility then arises that these genes might also promote aging in humans. And if that's the case, could we manipulate them to slow down or even reverse the aging process? This is the intriguing question that scientists at the University of Southern California set out to answer. In an astounding development, they managed to extend the lifespan of yeast bacteria tenfold by knocking out these 2 genes and putting the yeast on a calorie-restricted diet. This is equivalent to a yeast living to 800 in yeast years, a feat never seen before in any organism. With this understanding of aging, we can now explore how researchers have manipulated these processes to extend the life of yeast bacteria. This discovery is a significant step towards understanding how we might one day control our own aging process. The implications are mind-boggling, and the future of longevity research incredibly exciting. The recipe for longevity, as discovered by these researchers, involves a combination of dietary and genetic changes. Let's take a closer look at this fascinating experiment with yeast. Picture a group of scientists in white coats huddled over a petri dish, observing the world of yeast under the microscope. This isn't your everyday baking yeast, but rather a specimen subjected to an intriguing diet switch-up and genetic tinkering. The yeast was put on a calorie-restricted diet, a sort of yeast fasting, if you will. Now, if you're imagining tiny yeast cells counting their calories, let's clarify that this simply means the yeast was given less nutrients than it typically feeds on. This dietary restriction is a key component of the longevity recipe, but the scientists didn't stop there. They rolled up their sleeves and got down to the genetic level, targeting 2 specific genes in the yeast, RAS2 and SCH9. These genes, interestingly enough, promote aging in yeast and are linked to cancer in humans. By knocking out or disabling these genes, they were able to slow down the aging process of the yeast. Now here's where things get truly mind-boggling. This combination of dietary and genetic alterations did not just extend the yeast's lifespan by a bit, it was a tenfold increase. Imagine, a yeast that normally lives for a week, now surviving and thriving for the equivalent of 10 weeks. That's like a human living to be 800 years old. Anna McCormick, chief of the Genetics and Cell Biology branch at the National Institute on Aging, says, "I would say a tenfold is pretty significant." And we couldn't agree more. This is a groundbreaking discovery, a momentous leap in our understanding of longevity. A tenfold lifespan extension is significant, but the real question is, can it be applied to humans? The leap from yeast to humans is a big one, but tests have already begun on humans in Ecuador. In this South American country, an intriguing subset of the population carries mutations similar to the ones identified in yeast. These individuals, carrying one copy of the mutation, appear to be normal, but scientists are keen to discover if they also exhibit a reduced incidence of diseases and an extended lifespan. These human guinea pigs could be the key to unlocking a future where humans can live for centuries. But as with any scientific endeavor, the road to discovery is paved with challenges. The first hurdle is the side effects and health problems associated with longevity mutations. Remember, those with 2 copies of the mutation in Ecuador have a very small stature and other defects. The goal, therefore, is not just to extend life, but to ensure that life is worth living. This means that scientists aren't just looking for a way to help us rack up the years. They're looking for a way to increase health span. That is, the number of years we remain healthy and active. After all, what's the point of living to 800 if you spend half of it in a state of ill health? This is where the real challenge lies. Drugs that could potentially extend the human lifespan without side effects are not going to be easy to find. But as the saying goes, nothing worthwhile comes easy. The potential rewards of this research are enormous. Imagine a world where 8 centuries of life is the norm, where generations upon generations can coexist, share wisdom, and learn from each other. This journey we're on, this quest for longevity, is about more than just adding years to life. It's about adding life to years. It's about redefining what we consider to be a normal lifespan. While the journey to extending human lifespan is still in its early days, the possibility of living to 800 isn't as far-fetched as it once seemed. The implications of this research could change everything from our understanding of biology to the very way we live our lives. As we stand on the precipice of this new era in longevity, we must consider the implications of such a significant leap in human lifespan. Imagine, for a moment, the societal shifts as lifetimes stretch across centuries. We could see multiple careers, lifelong learning becoming the norm, and relationships spanning longer than ever before. On a personal level, each of us could bear witness to the unfolding of history in a way previously unimaginable. Furthermore, the importance of maintaining both physical and mental health would be amplified as we strive to make the most of our extended time. However, the potential of this longevity revolution doesn't end there. The scientific community is just beginning to uncover the mysteries of aging and longevity. As research continues, we can look forward to more groundbreaking discoveries, further pushing the boundaries of human lifespan. In a world where 800 could be the new 80, the possibilities are as endless as they are exciting. The future of longevity is here, and it's a future teeming with potential. Caught in the thrill of the game? Dive deeper with us. Hit subscribe to be the first to catch our latest content. To our loyal subscribers, your support is invaluable. Your engagement, likes, comments, shares, propels us to push the boundaries. So immerse yourself, engage, and inspire us to continually evolve. Thank you for being part of our journey.